everybody, it's Melissa Martinez from the Pulaski County Health Department here again. And it's Friday, so you know what that means. It's Fit Friday. We're talking all things fitness. Today, I have the pleasure of talking to Michelle Hartgraves. She is a nutritionist and she is also a volunteer with our Healthy Futures Pulaski County Coalition, and she has come on board for our 45 to Fit program. If you guys have not seen that, it's a program that builds upon our 15 to Fit program. It takes that 15 minutes of exercise that you're supposed to do 5 days a week, 2 sessions that to equal 150 minutes a week. That the CDC recommends at the very minimum. It kind of builds on that. So this is a program designed to help you get some really good healthy habits as far as exercise and eating. Jay Teagues and I are going to be talking a lot about the exercise part of it, but Michelle is a volunteer and she's going to be helping you with the nutrition part of it. She is actually in Springfield, and because of the weather, we weren't able to do a nice Zoom video. So I'm doing my video here and she is doing her video there, and we're going to have them put together. So I hope you guys enjoy it. She's going to be talking a lot about the diet. So this program starts on March the 1st. You can check out our Healthy Futures Pulaski County page, the event, and you can also go to the 45TOFIT page that we've set up. We hope to give you the tools so you can be ready to start on March the 1st. This is a free program for the first 45 days. After that, there'll be a nominal fee. So, there's no better time to get fit than right now. And this is a great reason to start. It's not going to cost anything right now. So you really have nothing to lose. It's a really good program. We think you're really going to like it. It lays down, the rules are super, super easy. It's not that restrictive, but it's something that's definitely going to be challenging. And, there's that old saying, if it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change you. So anyway, we're here to help any way we can. Happy Friday. You guys have a great day.
I am super excited for March 1st and for the 45 to Fit program that it will be rolling out. I can't wait to see the success and see where people progress in the program as far as their health and wellness journey goes, weight loss, improving their fitness, or whatever their goal is for the program. And as you know, nutrition plays a big part. You can't just exercise and have a bad diet and expect to lose weight like you should, or expect to have optimal success, whether it is in getting stronger, or improving your fitness, or losing weight. So proper nutrition is so very important. What we consume will affect our performance and our goals. And as you all know, you are basically what you eat. The vitamins and the minerals and the macronutrients in our food play a big role in our optimal health. And when you go to Google different nutritional plans, you're going to find a whole lot of information out there on the web. You're going to find a lot of misleading information. You're going to find some good information, but you're going to read a lot about different fads. So we want to discourage fads and encourage you to have a healthy nutritional plan, a healthy overall diet. And Melissa has asked me to talk about different nutritional plans that will be great for optimal success. But before I start, I want to make one thing clear. It should be about you and no one else alone. Don't go follow what your aunt or what your cousin or your friend did because they had great success. We are all unique individuals. We have different lifestyles, different genetics, different goals even, and what may work for them. I mean, it could work for you, but it might not work for you. So it's ultimately important that you do what works best for you, whether that means some research, whether that means just trying out a different nutritional plan. Do what works best for you. So there's a couple of different nutrition plans. I don't really like to use the word diet per se. I like to use nutritional plans that I think that are really good for you, whether you're starting off in your weight loss or your health and fitness journey, or whether you've been going at it for a while, that will provide you with the optimal nutrition to help you meet your goals. We're going to be talking about the Mediterranean, the paleo diet, the DASH diet, and a flexitarian and vegetarian meal plan. So the first one is a Mediterranean diet. And I've got my notes here because there's so much information that I want to give to you, and I want to make sure I don't miss any important key or important information. Now, know that I will be compiling all this information into a more in-depth, comprehensive PowerPoint for you, and I'll be posting it in the group page so that you can reference for later on. Or if you have any questions or concerns, you can feel free to reach out to me and I will help you the best that I can. I've been researching this field for a long time. I've got a degree in nutrition science, and I have always been fascinated about this particular area. So always feel free to reach out to me. No question is dumb. No question is too little. I will help you the best that I can. So we're going to get back to our Mediterranean diet. So with the Mediterranean diet, the thing that I like about it, it is a very healthy, heart healthy diet. It is not restrictive. It encourages you to eat a variety of foods. You're going to be eating plenty of vegetables, fruits, legumes or beans, potatoes, whole grains such as oatmeal, quinoa, brown rice, herbs, spices, and of course, fish. You're also going to be eating some heart-healthy fats, and the extra virgin olive oil will serve as your primary source of healthy fats, but you can eat nuts and seeds and avocado, obviously in moderation. They are good for you. Heart-healthy fats, great for your brain and your heart. Unfortunately, they are full of calories and fat, albeit healthy, and it could hamper your weight loss program if you're eating a handful of the nuts like every day along with a lot of avocado. So you're definitely going to want to watch that and be in moderation, especially if you're like me. I love my nuts. I love my almonds, my cashews or whatnot. And it is so hard for me to just limit myself to a little bit. I want to eat handfuls at a time. And that's just not doable for any weight loss. Or, it's just not very doable if you want to have success, optimal success, I should say. So other things you're going to want to eat in moderation include poultry, eggs, cheese, and yogurt. Obviously, Greek yogurt is the best. There's less sugar in Greek yogurt and more protein in Greek yogurt. You're going to want to limit your red meat, and you're going to avoid any sugary drinks, any added sugars, processed meat, refined grains, refined oils, or other processed foods. So basically, you're going to want to focus on whole foods, unprocessed foods. And you can have your occasional glass of wine, but make sure you read the description of the 45 to Fit to see where wine fits in with the program. So the Mediterranean diet is high in fiber, in protein, and omega-3 fatty acids, and healthy carbohydrates. The Mediterranean diet has been shown to decrease inflammation in our bodies, reduce risk of memory problems and dementia, lower risks of stroke, diabetes, and other vascular or heart issues. And also a big key component of the Mediterranean diet is to be focusing on exercise, getting regular exercise. So the second nutritional plan I want to focus on is the paleo diet. So it is the hunters and gatherers diet, because obviously you're going to be focusing on foods that the hunters and gatherers had back in the day. So obviously you're going to be avoiding dairy, sugar, gluten, grains, any processed foods. You're going to focus on whole, unprocessed foods. So the paleo diet is actually good for people or beneficial for people who have any gluten sensitivities or gluten intolerance, because it does eliminate gluten. The thing with the paleo diet, though, is you have to make sure you're eating plenty of fruits and starchy vegetables, because that's where you're going to get your carbohydrates. And you need enough carbohydrates to fuel your lifestyle, your day-to-day activities, help keep your energy levels up, and optimal success. If you don't get enough carbohydrates, you may be suffering with lack of energy. You may hit the wall, per se, and you will definitely feel it in your workouts. And carbohydrates, an interesting thing about carbohydrates is they are your brain's main source of fuel. So I know carbohydrates get a really bad rep, but the complex carbohydrates are the ones that are good for you. And you want to avoid, obviously, the simple sugars or the other carbohydrates that you find in like candies and pastas and things like that. But again, the complex carbohydrates, they're actually very beneficial for you. And the thing about the Mediterranean, thing about carbohydrates is they help your body get enough fiber too. And we'll discuss fiber a little bit more later on in this video. The thing about the paleo diet is you have to make sure that you take a little bit more time in your menu planning, because it can be a little bit more restrictive. It can take a little bit more time to figure out a healthy meal, but it is definitely doable with the paleo diet. The second diet I want to talk about is the DASH diet. So the DASH diet is actually good for people who have hypertension or high blood pressure. So with the DASH diet, DASH actually stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. It is similar to the Mediterranean diet. It does focus on fruits, vegetables, whole grain, fish, poultry, beans, and nuts, but it also allows for more red meat consumption and more dairy. But you're going to want to limit, obviously, your saturated fats, your tropical oils. And because it is for people with hypertension or high blood pressure, you're going to definitely want to watch or monitor your sodium intake. But the DASH diet is the one that's the most similar to the Mediterranean. And this has been shown to lower blood pressure in individuals. It is super heart healthy, but you get a little bit more of the dairy and the red meat than the Mediterranean diet. And I will also post links in the group to these different particular nutritional plans so that you can read up more and make the best decision for yourself. The flexitarian diet. So the flexitarian diet was actually created or designed, I should say, by a registered dietitian. So the flexitarian diet is kind of like a vegetarian diet, but it's not a true vegetarian diet. It's for those who want to reap the benefits of a vegetarian diet while eating animal products in moderation. You're going to be eating mostly fruits, vegetables, legumes, beans, and whole grains. You're going to focus on protein from plants instead of animal sources. But it's a very flexible diet because meat and animal products can be additive from time to time, and that also helps with your protein supplementation and making sure that you get a proper protein needs. You're going to eat the least processed, the most natural forms of foods, and you're going to limit your added sugars and sweets, like many of the other programs or plans that I talked about, obviously. So the vegetarian diet, this is the one that tends to be a little bit more restrictive than the others. But if you do it properly, you can make sure that you're getting in all of the proper nutrients that you need, vitamin, mineral wise, protein, carbohydrates. It is a doable diet per se, if you're strategic and you plan out your meals. You want to make sure, because a lot of the vegetarian diets are deficient in vitamin B12, which you get from animal sources, iron, calcium, zinc, and vitamin D. And I want to point out vitamin B12 is an important one for our energy production. So you want to make sure that you have proper intakes of vitamin B12, because most women tend to be deficient in this area anyways. So you're going to want to make sure that you get that in. And a lot of vegetarian diets don't have enough essential amino proteins. So what that means is your body needs 9 essential amino proteins in order to function properly. Essential means that you have to consume those and get those in your diet, because your body does not produce these essential amino acids. These essential amino acids are important for antibody production, immune function, muscle building, and tissue repair, as well as cell turnover from our organs and our tissues. So not getting enough of the essential amino acids or protein in our diet can actually lead to muscle wasting, and it can actually lead to irreversible tissue damage. And this is something that kind of happens, the muscle wasting. We tend to lose muscle mass as we get older anyways. So then that makes it harder for us to do our day-to-day daily activities, such as going grocery shopping, cleaning, lifting something off the shelf, going up and down the stairs. When we get older, those particular activities become a little bit harder, and we don't need any help. And when you lose muscle mass, it's hard to build it up when you get older. Now, you can lose weight eating healthy, but if you don't get enough protein, you're not going to be losing just fat weight. You're going to also lose muscle weight. So what that means is your metabolism goes down, and you have to essentially eat less food in order to lose weight. And that's not necessarily fun. I like my food, and obviously things in moderation and whatnot, but I don't want to have to eat any less food than I already do. So it's very important to get in our protein. So the ways that we can consume or get in all our essential amino acids is by putting an incomplete protein food source with another, by combining different foods together to create a complete protein. So if you've got any questions about this, I'll talk more about this in the presentation, and I will include another link to this if you want or whatnot. So what it is that you're combining different foods to get a complete protein source. So for example, you're going to put legumes, which are beans plus grains, nuts and seeds together, or you're going to put grains and legumes together, or vegetables plus legumes plus grains plus nuts and seeds, and then nuts and seeds plus legumes. Again, I'll have this information in the PowerPoint presentation. So if you don't get it right now, that's okay. I will have that there for you to reference later. But some examples, some easy examples of this would be something as simple as putting a corn tortilla with beans together, or red beans and rice, or rice and lentils. So by combining those different foods, you're making sure that your body gets enough protein. And I know I harp on protein, but protein is so important in our health and wellness journey. It is so important if you want to build muscle or maintain your muscle. And another important macronutrient that I talk a lot about, I kind of get up on a soapbox, is carbohydrates. So you want carbohydrates, the healthy carbohydrates, healthy fats, obviously in moderation, and plus your adequate protein. So some takeaways to take away after watching this are: eating healthy will help fuel your lifestyle. Eating healthy will provide you for the energy for your day-to-day functions. Eating healthy can help prevent diseases, and it can help improve your quality of life. So no matter where you are or what plan that you are going to pick, always focus on getting enough lean protein sources. Eat the rainbow as far as the fruits and vegetables. Limit your processed foods. Don't follow other people's plans, but do what is best for you. And hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. This is so important, and people don't realize that most people are walking around chronically dehydrated. Our body is made up mostly of water, and when we are dehydrated, different functions will start not properly doing what they need to be doing in our body. It affects our energy, and it can even affect your mood. And being dehydrated can affect you with your fitness goals, whether you're going out to go run or lift weights or go for a walk or whatnot. People don't realize how important being hydrated will, and how being optimal hydrated will help increase your performance. And in the wintertime, we don't drink enough water because it's not as hot, but it's just as important that we get that water in the winter as it is in the summer. And you may be a big coffee drinker like me, but that coffee, it does not count as your water. So when you do the 45 to fit, I believe it's 64 fluid ounces, aim for that of clear water, not water that has been sweetened, not coffee. You can have coffee, but that doesn't count as your water intake. You want to make sure that you are properly hydrated, you are properly fed, that you are properly fueling for optimal success. I really do wish you all the best of luck. And I kind of just threw a whole bunch of information at you. I've been really passionate about this. For as far as I know, and I've always been interested in this area. It is just something that I find is often overlooked. And with the 45 to fit, some of you may just be starting out, and some of you may have a lot of questions. But I wish you all the best of success. Melissa and myself and Jay and the other volunteers, we're here for you. So reach out if you have any questions. We're rooting for you all. And I just wish you the best success.